How's it going, people? Sam and Slappy here, and this is your Elven design documents, the last one of the lot so far. So this is design brief 5 out of 5. So far we've covered the main city and 6 of the Elven clans. This is the last push, this is the last 2 clans, the Heaven and the Mailyer clan. So, with that said, let's get into it. So these are going to be coming along with the batch 2 updates. If you're not sure what the batch updates and stuff actually mean, well, there's going to be a quest coming out called Plague's End, and a little time after that, the first batch updates will be thrown into the game. That's the main city itself, plus 4 of the Elven clans. And then finally, you've got the batch 2 updates, which will come out sometime after that, which is part of these and Design Brief 4. So starting off, we have the Heaven clan, and they're affiliated with Agility and Prayer, and their symbol is a little rabbit. No. So there we go. So the area looks a little bit like this. This is the prototype design, and it looks fairly similar layout wise to the others. It seems fairly straightforward. So yeah, it didn't seem anything massively outstanding from what I can see. Although, as far as I know, this place is meant to have an agility course, so perhaps the agility course is like this entire area, which would be quite interesting in and of itself, to be totally honest. So here we are, kicking it off then. This is with Heaven. There's something called Serenity Posts being added, and it's level 75 agility. So there's 6 wooden posts that rise from the crater below, and it lines the sides of a long platform. The player can operate these to stand on them on one leg. As they stand on the post, players will slowly generate bonus agility XP. Once the player has earned a set amount of bonus agility XP in one day from the posts, they will not gain any more for that day. The aim is that a player generates bonus agility XP before they start the Elf City agility course. When on the Serenity Post, the player will receive instruction of the poses they should be performing. This suggested pose changes randomly at times, and the player gains bonus XP per second if they are currently using the correct pose on that post. If they don't, then they gain no bonus agility XP, so yeah, fairly straightforward. So basically what this means is, before you go out and actually go and level your agility, you can come to these Serenity Posts and just flop on top of them, and randomly change poses whenever it tells you to, and each time you do, as time goes by, you keep gaining bonus XP. So it's kind of like having the lamps and stuff, and it just builds up nicely, and well, it'll probably only be a couple of K in all honesty, but if you're just going to be doing a bit of agility each day, then you can just pop on with these posts, build up some bonus agility XP for that day, and then go ahead and do your agility. Alternatively, because it says per day, you can only get it for that day, you won't get any more over their limit. I assume it'll probably stack. So in that case, you could go there for the one day, get the bonus XP, but don't actually do any agility. And then come back the next day and build up even more bonus agility, and you could constantly keep doing that until you're ready to actually level it. So I suppose that's an option. So as with all the other Elven clans, there are the ability to pickpocket the workers, and for the Heaven, you need level 94 thieving. And when you pickpocket from these guys, you'll gain various bones and prayer/agility restores. Rare items will also include high level bones and extreme prayer pots. Yeah, it's quite funky. Extreme prayer pots, lovely. So another thing is light creatures. This is level 77 agility, scaling up at levels 82, 87, 92 and 97. Hopefully this is going to be a very nice agility course for high level, because quite frankly, using the Barbarian Outpost Advanced is shockingly shite. It takes ages. So with these light creatures then, this is going to be the agility course by the looks of it. In the middle of each city segment will be the agility shortcut to its neighbouring city segment. Minimum level of agility level 77. This aids navigation of the city, but also forms a full agility course if done in sequence. If a player completes a full lap of the Elf City shortcuts, beginning and ending at the middle circle of the Heaven segment, a light creature will fly to the player. The player will receive a flat agility XP lump sum for a complete lap, much like the other laps in the game, to be totally honest. And this is suitable for a level 77 agility course. That flat XP increases every 5 agility levels. The light creature will also drop a random item / multiplier into the player's inventory. The items and multipliers will include but are not limited to, and there's a fair list here, 1 times, 2 times and 3 times XP multiplier. Your next 1, 2 or 3 laps of the course will generate more XP. There's a ×2, ×3 and ×4 item multiplier. Your next lap generates 2, 3 or 4 times the number of items. You can receive a prayer small, medium or large lamp, an agility small, medium or large lamp. Light cores are also available to get from here, which is used to create the familiar from the last design doc. You can also get agility replenishing items. And additionally you can get crystal tree acorns, but supposedly immensely rare. Additionally, the light creature's drop table will scale up once your agility scales up with it, so rare items will start to become a little bit more common as you reach the higher levels. Additionally, there will be a talent scout, so that's a bit of bonus XP, I guess. Also, you can take them to the pit so you can play that stupid fucking minigame. So, moving on, we have the outer circle of the Heffin Elvenkind. This is cleansing the Seren Stones, which will require level 75 prayer. There's a cathedral in the outer circle, and inside this cathedral is one of Seren's stones. This has been fully mined, however the stone is corrupted with black ooze from the poison wastes to the south. The player can buy cleansing crystals from Heffin of this cathedral for GP. Each cleansing crystal can be used in a cleansing ritual. Cleansing the crystal will generate a guaranteed amount of prayer XP. The aim is to offer a cheaper but slower method for training prayer that will not undermine existing high-level prayer training. Depends how cheap it is. That's all I can say to that. Because I mean, you can get something like 700k XP an hour with something ridiculous you can get up to. Well, it does depend on a bollock ton of bonuses and things like that going on, but yeah, you can get a monstrous amount of prayer XP an hour. Additionally, in the outer layers, you'll also find a prayer altar so you can recharge your prayer. More pickpocketing NPCs will be wandering about. There's a rest musician, kind of handy since this is the agility course place. Also, you'll find a gnome glider and a gnome. So the second clan which is going to be covered in this design document is the Mailyer clan, or Mailyer clan, depending on however you want to pronounce it. And this is kind of focused on dungeoneering and herblore. These are also going to be coming in batch 2. So the symbol of this clan is kind of like a vortex with leaves. So yeah, fair enough, go with that. So this is what it looks like. The only things I can note here, well, you got some dungeon entrances, 2 of them in fact on screen. I'm assuming one of these will likely be maybe entrance to sinkholes. That'd be quite handy if there was an entrance straight to teleport you to sinkholes. That'd be pretty cool. Either way, Dungeoneering Resource Dungeon, and it's level 95. Activating this resource dungeon will give the player a one-time large chunk of Dungeoneering XP, and it will also contain, among others, Poyer's and Grenwall Hunter locations, 2 Runite Rocks, a bank deposit box, an Implin spawn, and a Bloodwood tree. That is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, Poyer and Grenwall, that would, yeah, that's nice, because I mean the only other options you've got is After, which really can vary completely and utterly depending on how lucky you are, and the other one is doing that hunting little minigame with the Big Team Jumper where you spend the tickets to go to like the specific areas. So yeah, might be an option. Plus 2 Runite Rocks, there's more Runite I guess. So the other thing worth noting is Harmony Moralists, and this will require level 75 farming. You can see kind of like the prototype design here. So depending on time, the Harmony Monoliths and Skilling Potions may be postponed from the Elf City Batch 2. They may instead be added to the Elf Spells and Prayers project instead. This reduction in an update scope is common when developing game content. Regardless, your feedback on this update would be incredibly welcome. So basically this section is like really underdeveloped at the moment, is what that means. And whether or not they can get it like fully up to scratch and working properly and it's not glitching out and, you know, actually works as it's meant to on time, yeah, may or may not happen. So it may come in with the patch 2 updates, most likely will, but if it's not up to scratch then it'll be a little bit later. So yeah, no worries either way. Either way, this little farming minigame thing is 4 monoliths are being placed at this location. A player can buy moss seeds for these monoliths for 1k each. The seeds are also tradable, and to place a seed on each of the monoliths, the player will need level 75 farming. The moss doesn't get diseased and does not require compost, but the player can attune the amulets of farming to supervise their growth. Instead of growing over time, the moss grows 1 growth stage every 50k XP that the player generates in 1 skill. The monolith has 4 growth stages, so it requires 200k XP to be earned in any skill to grow fully. Each monolith is tuned to a specific skill, and only XP generated in that skill will grow that moss. XP from quests, minigames, etc. are not included. A player may have a Slayer monolith, for example, and bonus XP does not contribute to the growth of the moss. The skill focus of each Harmony monolith changes every 24 hours, but the amount of XP contributed to the monolith and growth of the moss is permanent. A monolith can be relayed to any skill that a player can currently receive challenges in. If a player has fewer than 4 skills which they receive challenges in, the monoliths will create duplicates. So a player could conceivably have 4 Dungeoneering monoliths at one time. XP is only contributed to 1 monolith at a time. If a player has 4 Dungeoneering monoliths, only 1 gains XP contributions at a time, and any overflow XP goes to the next monolith. So for example, if you used to have 4 Dungeoneering monoliths, you'd need 800k XP. That's all that means. The player gains a random amount of moss between 1 to 5 per harvest. This moss stacks and is tradable. The player can then add the moss to existing Juju potions to convert them into tradable skill potions. Hopefully, nice. When drunk, the potion's effect will last 1 hour. I know, lovely. Juju potions will be made tradable with this update. The aim is to create a vital moneymaker for skillers, and these effects are as follows. Perfect woodcutting pot, chance to receive double logs or double cuts from choking ivy. Bearing in mind these last an hour a pop. Perfect farming pot, chance of double moss from a Harmony monolith, chance of receiving moss by harvesting or checking any farming patch. Perfect mining pot, chance that mining a location will not exhaust it, chance that mining any non-coal rock will give you coal. Perfect smith pot will increase the chance that smithing bars will generate a corrupted ore. Perfect agility pot, a light creature will visit you at the end of a lap on any agility course, gifting you an item. In the elf city, this will actually add an additional item. Perfect prayer pot will increase the XP gained from the gilded altar, increase the XP when cleansing Seren stones as well. Perfect Herbie pot will give the additional chance of finding a recipe in Dungeoneering, additional XP when making combination potions. And finally, the Perfect Dungeoneering pot. Duration is 4 hours for this one rather than 1. It adds to damage dealt when inside a dungeon, with the intention of replacing the use of overloads. Dungeoneering skill doors require 2 less levels. A max player will be given 1 of each potion when they first talk to Lady Mailyer. So as with the others, the Mailyer do have their own workers, and you need 89 thieving to rob them. So stuff you can get from in is pretty much seeds, as well as secondary items and Dungeoneering tokens. Rare items will include recipes. In the outer circle you'll find another Dungeoneering resource dungeon, and this one's a level 115. So activating this, just like all the others, will give you a large chunk of dungeon XP upon entry. And inside you will find a bollock ton of stuff basically. Additional crystal flecked sandstone rocks, frost dragons, a bank deposit box, crystal motherlode rock can be mined once per player per day to gain at least one of the following. Golden shattered heart rock that has not been gained, shattered heart rock that the player has not gained, key token, crystal geode, a crystal half key, court case scrolls, token rewards, chompy kills, castle wars tickets, a crystal key, a crystal Dracelian piece, ancient effigies, clue scrolls, champion scrolls, a complete Triskelion key, crystal tree seed, other rare items, weapons and armor. The intention of the crystal motherlode rock is to gently push a high level player a step closer to the comp cape and the trimmed comp cape. as well as offering good drops to those who don't care about completion. If a player has completed one of these drops and no longer needs it for trimmed or comp, and have collected all the court case balls for example, they will not have the chance of receiving that drop. The Crystal Motherlode shards gained from the summer promotion will allow a player to have one free mine of this rock. Banging. Additionally, there will be another fruit tree farming patch here. So now we're moving on to the interesting bit. This is the part we covered in the last bit, which, well, I'm sure you're probably wondering just as much as I am. This is the Herbie shop and the combination potions. So it said in the last design document that you can combine pots, but in order to do so you need to get the recipes for them. So, let's get into it then. A player will be able to visit the Mailyer Herbs shop to purchase recipes for the combination potions. These recipes will unlock the ability to combine the effects of different potions and create a new combination potion within a crystal flask. There will be 20 different recipes in total for the player to buy, and 7 of these potion recipes must be found when dungeoneering. In a similar manner, you would find the entrance to sagas through dungeoneering. So, the player travels to the shop to unlock the recipes once they've found them by paying a small amount of GP. Once unlocked, the player permanently gains the ability to make the potion. A player makes a combo potion by using a 4-dose non-flask pot on another 4-dose non-flask pot as listed below, with a crystal flask in their possession. This creates a 6-dose crystal flask. The player effectively gains 2 additional doses per potion by doing so. Nice. So you have Super Strength Plus, Super Ranging Plus, Super Magic Plus, Super Melee. So the boost method of unlock is going to be costing about 100k to half a mil for each of these. No, it's even going higher. What's the highest price? Right, so 1 mil is the most expensive. Fucking hell. So it ranges from 100k to unlock it to 1 mil to unlock the potions here. So you've got a super strength pot, which basically combines a super strength pot with a strength pot, which kind of uses up all the low level pots. That's kind of handy actually. It'll boost your strength by 40% plus 2. Same with the range, same with the magic. Same with the melee. Super melee actually boosts attack, strength and defense. Ah, fucking hell. That's not bad at all. Little baby overload there. The next is the Super Serum. This boosts your magic, range, defense, attack and strength by 12% plus 2. That's surprisingly pretty good. Gotta be said, that's like entirely across the board boost. Getting closer to overload territory. Extreme Anti-Fire protects for 7 minutes, an increase of 1 minute, and can protect against Wyvern Fire. Next you have the Berserker Potion, boosts attack, defense and strength by 15% plus 3. Strength Anti-Fire combines extreme strength and super anti-fire effects. Range and anti-fire similar, levels range and anti-fire effects, and a magic version as well. Then you have Super Strength, or Supreme Strength I should say. This will boost your strength by 16% plus 4. Same deal with Supreme Magic and Supreme Ranging. Then you have Renew Anti-Fire, combines a prayer renewal with a super anti-fire, that'll be quite handy. Then you have Renew and Adrenaline, combines a prayer renewal and adrenaline. Not bad at all. Would there be a time limit on that though? Because there's like a 30-second time limit on adrenaline pots, isn't there? Something like that. So now we move on to the overloads. So you have Prayer Overload, grants the effect of all 5 extreme stat boosting pots for 5 minutes and reapplies their buffs every 15 seconds. Restores prayer points by 35% plus 90. Then you have an Anti-Fire Overload, which is basically an overload plus 10 minutes of Anti-Dragon Fire. That's super Anti-Dragon Fire. Then you have Renewal Overload, which is probably the best one of the lot so far. This grants you your overload plus your prayer renewal, which all in all, lovely. Saving extra space. Then you have Adrenaline Overload, grants the effect of adrenaline plus gives you the what? I don't know. Grants the effect of the overload and gives you the adrenaline boost. Which, I don't know, I suppose it's a little bit of a buff on OE Overload, never know. So Perfect Plus is the Mighty Mega Pot, level 99, get it from dungeoneering and costs you 1 mil. This will provide you with all perfect potion abilities over a period of 24 hours. What? Oh fucking hell. So, perfect pots. Let's go back to these a minute. Leave it in here somewhere. Or maybe not. So this Perfect Plus gives you all Perfect Potion abilities. And that is over a period of 24 hours. So you take a pot and no worries for the entire day. That is bonkers. Although, according to this, it does require an overload, moss, and a crystal blossom. Well, you can buy the moss for a K, because we just read that. And a crystal blossom you get from the crystal tree seeds. So, I suppose your priority, if you've got 99 herb lore, is getting one of those crystal tree seeds done. But yeah, other than that, perfect pot. Entire day, 24 hours. Fucking right. So this is armor. The melee armor, this one. And this actually looks like a player model. I think this might be in-game model of it. It looks like it. Yeah, is that just me? Just me who thinks that looks like a player model? Yeah, it's gotta be a play model. It looks like we might be getting elven armor. So this is the melee version apparently, and then we have magic. This is the in-game magic version of it. I'm assuming we can get all of this. If not, then this might just be what the NPCs and stuff look like. I'm not sure. And then you have the ranged version. I do like the range helm. That looks funky. So there we go. That's pretty much it. So yeah, the melee above, magic below, blah 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 elves is modelled and ready for launch in the elf city. Yeah, they're not really clear on that. I assume, probably, because I haven't heard anything about elven armor coming out, that this will be equipped by all of the clans, basically, with their own little symbols and sigils and stuff across it. Yeah, I think that sounds about right, doesn't it? I haven't heard anything about armor. Oh well, if you know if they're bringing out elven armor, do tell me. I would like to know. Either way, I really want to get one of these Perfect Plus. I want to try this out. That is absolutely bonkers. So all Perfect Pot abilities over a period of 24 hours. Lovely. Oh well, either way, that is your 5th design document. That is everything we have in the Elf City at the moment, as far as I know. So yeah, that is the Heffen and Mailyer clan. So yeah, you've now been informed about the entirety of Elf City. So if I come across any other interesting info, I'll go ahead and let you know. Bung it back up. Seem to like this kind of thing. Either way, people, I will catch you all later. So with that said,